For a long time now, I've been writing this novel that is basically a revenge fantasy of a trafficked survivor that manages to get out and goes through the motions of, the entire experience of surviving that, trying to get some kind of justice and retribution. And it just never panning out. The legal avenue is completely worthless. So being a fantasy nerd, somebody that's extremely drawn to that kind of element in any kind of narrative, she finds help through occult supernatural powers. And that's how she gets the ability to finally pursue her much deserved retribution. And as a proper protagonist in a setting where adventures and risks are taken, she properly gets put through the ringer, both in her experiences and in her backstory. And it got to a point where I was like, man, this is a little too fucked up. I need to tone it down. I need to tone it down a little bit. Because, if nothing else, for the sake of verisimilitude, it's getting to a point where, even though this matches 100% all the research that I have done, it's gonna take the reader out of the narrative. It's the kind of stuff that makes you do a double take and be like, whoa, what the hell? That kind of experience. Little did my normie, tiny, unimaginative brain know that reality is so much worse than anything that I came up with. I've been trying to battle the Epstein Blackpill because the world that it paints, it's so bleak and so demoralizing that it's like my brain has been trying to reject it. Stupid picture Smith, absolutely despise it. My brain's been trying to reject it. I was telling my wife, this shit is so heinous. I find myself just rejecting it on principle, on basically a defense mechanism, not on the evidence, not because I feel like there's not enough here to convince me that this is going on. It's more like if I actually choose to start believing this is reality, my psyche will unravel and my worldview shall have to be altered in some very radical way. So that's what I wanted. Like, I cannot be the only one. Like, because I've been writing this novel for so long, I am pretty plugged in to the entirety of the Epstein Files release. So I am quite aware of what's in there. I've been, it's basically research. And I'm also like terribly, it is beyond the sense of justice and outrage. I am sure this is something that most of the people share. Is, that same sense of having to rubberneck a train wreck because it's some traumatic event that happened that you have to look at it. Similarly, it's like you can't look away. All this stuff going on and you just cannot look away. So if you're not aware of all that, I'm not gonna be the one to introduce you to it. But wow, would it be weird if you hadn't heard a damn word about that entire development. Maybe you have followed the mainstream line and just said, oh, I should just move on to the next current thing. Let me be outraged about the latest bit of news that I am being fed. Or you could have gone the other way, all the way to the other side of the horseshoe, and said, all this stuff that is coming out is completely fictional. It's all a distraction. All this stuff came out because they are allowing us to see it. It is a calculated measure to manipulate what people believe. And I also find myself rejecting that mindset for the simple fact that it's impossible to disprove. It is the classic full hog. You're going full Monty on the conspiratorial stuff. And it's impossible to disprove you. You just need to, whenever something comes out that contradicts whatever you believe, all you need to do is slap another layer of conspiracy on top of it and say the only reason that's happening is because they want you to see it this way. And that way also lies madness. I try to carry a kind of middle of the ground kind of approach where I would rather just be proved wrong than go full hog on the conspiratorial beliefs. Why am I even digging for this bow? I loathe carrying the bow. I don't play Spelunky 2 to go to the damn cosmic ocean. I've rejected wholesale. Rejected completely. Good news is I don't need to tone down my novel anymore. I can just go full hog all the absolutely atrocious garbage that I can possibly imagine, and it will not match reality. With their jerky and their pizza and their grape soda. Really, really grape soda? You could have put it being a little bit subtler than that. Pizza was pretty unrelated. It was fairly obscure. Ugh. Anyway, let's get out of here. So, the ways that I have found to kind of peel back that pallor, that shroud of nothing matters, and why am I even playing by the rules, paying my taxes? Wonder if there will be a good show coming out next week. Why even conform to my little box of rules and expectations? Meanwhile, there's this set of disgusting, atrocious demons. And when I say demons, you know what I'm about. It's not about religion. It's like in the sense that if demons actually existed and walked the earth, the people in related and implicated in all this madness would be it. What have I been doing to try and combat giving myself to such terrible Blackpill? Well, one, considering, all the information did come out. And it's not everything, but there was somebody that decided to push that publish button and unleash the absolute shit show that is happening right now. Number two, the actual shit show is not a well-oiled machine. You cannot argue from any kind of realistic perspective that things are unfolding exactly as the elite planned it, and this is all a controlled release to make sure that the people, the savages, are appeased. You are a piece of scum. Never mind, you're actually a Santa's little helper. Well done. Or this is just a power play. They are releasing everything because their entire attitude is, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You're going to know exactly what we've been up to. And you can do absolutely nothing. Which, you know, that has been the attitude for time immemorial. These people don't get punished for their sins. But that also is not it, because reputation is extremely important to their ego. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't just like, okay, let's have the world believe that I am a piece of shit forever. It's like, they are not into that. So the fact that it has become a massive shit show and actual reputations of the rich and powerful have been ruined, that does count for something. It is not a well-oiled machine that controls every bit of the Western civilization. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? There was another one that I was thinking about. At least internationally, there has been already a bunch of consequences. People actually being wrecked by the revelations. Hello, beautiful slave sacrifice. Never mind the things that I'm talking about. We can distinguish between fact and fiction. Gronk over here, he is fully consensual in this interaction. Whoopla. I think we're done. I think everything's fine here. That daily challenge, nobody will care about it. It will go down in the annals of history as just another blip in my incompetence. Not a thing that anybody will ever hold against me. Hello, mole man. You do your thing. Pow! How dare you not be dead in one shot? This is outrageous. Man, I haven't played Spelunky in so long that when I started, you may have noticed that Margot, she was kind of out of control. She was having a hard time figuring out the controls. I'm gonna do one of these. I think that's the extent of my coping. Because another coping and another defense mechanism has been the tendency, my brain going like, so what? So what? This never affected you and there's nothing you can do about it. So why even care that that the elite and powerful at the top get away with literal crimes against humanity while cackling about it? What? You know, that 1984 apathy and acceptance that you are a powerless cog in the machine and your place is not to even question or know about these things, just accept it as the way things are. And it's just a matter of, I guess, pride of, you know, not falling into that kind of NPC path forward. That way also lies a form of madness. Oh, I thought for sure that the trap would murder him. That way also lies a form of madness. It's like, why, if you disconnect completely, just accept the bleak nature of reality, what's even the point? But it's something that I would not blame anybody for taking the route of. You know, it's like, well, I guess the nasty, deviant monstrosities that are, you want to say they're barely human, but they exemplify the most base human impulses and cravings, and they have the power to fulfill them. That's another thing. How it's like, if given the power, if given the ability, how many humans out there of all strata of life would also behave in the way that has been very apparently exposed by all these documents coming out. probably the percentage would be a extremely upsetting number. A good 30 to 40% of humans, my brother. One of these days, I'm actually going to not be damaged to oblivion while I try to make worthy sacrifices. In fact, I have the ability to free this man and do some more super fun mega murder. Oh yeah. Get wrecked, idiot. Anyway, I don't know exactly where I was leading down with all that, other than, you know, that's what it's been, what it's been in my mind. I realize it's not the most lighthearted of topics, and most of you probably are sick of even hearing about it, if you even care remotely. Sure, let's embrace full and complete catastrophic murder of these filthy scumbags. Now I'm able to harvest the blood of my enemies. Very on theme, very on brand with what I'm talking about. I just need to get myself a blood boy. That is what I need to do. Just go out there, kidnap myself a nice blood boy, so I can be forever young. Oh yeah, give me that blood. I think you can just keep going, right? Just keep going. Carry on with my life. These dwellings are mine for the taking. What the? Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Taking fall damage with the jetpack. Truly a lower humiliation has never been seen, except for the deaths that I have suffered. On the bright side of things, if you want to call it that, the novel's coming along quite well. It's been majorly revitalized my drive to actually finish it. All this stuff coming out, I was like, man, I got inspired to write it way back, you know, before the major news of the whole Epstein thing, like back in like, I don't know how long ago, but it kind of all died down. I was I kind of lost the whole zeitgeist thing. Little did I know there would be much more coming through, and it's like, it's not like I'm trying to monetize the whole ordeal. That also feels a little scummy. But you see all these. It just makes me think so much about what the experience is like. Someone that is inside that world. Someone that's inside that world and doesn't get any kind of closure or retribution or revenge of any nature. It's just, well, this was done to me through no fault of my own, and I just have to live with it now. It's like, I've always been super into the theme of revenge. It always irritates me so much when narratives will, it seems they always have that final lesson of revenge wasn't worth it in the end. Turns out that revenge didn't pay. All this big obsession. Abercrombie is really bad about this. Like, oh, you devil, you rascal. You really subverted my expectations by writing a story where a revenge story where revenge didn't really pay off, and it felt so hollow at the end. Damn, that really subverted the convention. It's not like every damn revenge story, unless it's starring Liam Neeson, ends with that kind of lesson of, oh, it turns out that should have maybe taken the chance to let things go and enjoy the good things in life instead of focusing on revenge to the detriment of all else. It's like, it ain't like that, brother. It ain't like that. I mean, not like I know exactly what it would be like. I have not had my life ruined by some horrendous life-destroying event that then I obsess over for the rest of my existence. So it's not like I know for a fact that it ain't like that, but I would say a fairly high percentage of people who seek revenge and eventually get it end up being like, holy crap, this is the greatest thing, and they will remember it to the last of their days and be like, yeah, that was totally worth it. I'm so happy I did that. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it has to be a one-dimensional narrative. It becomes like torture porn where you're just torturing evildoers. Let me just hew to this side of the land. Okay. Please, no rain of fire. All right, good stuff, good stuff. The crown. I was like, why am I going even going up there? The crown, you absolute buffoon. We go up there, and should I just grab me some Bloodscape? Go traditional, do the whole quest line, embrace chaos, instead of relying on a jetpack that is guaranteed to be destroyed in 7-3. No, wait, it's not 7-3. It's 6-3, right? Yep. Get wrecked, idiot. Give me that. Do I want this? It's been a while since I did some Bloodscape goodness, but I'm just going to do the same old thing that I always do, alright? Put all of my faith in this jetpack. Get my entire... Oops. I meant to do the infinite blood glitch. Not really a glitch, it's just an exploit. But who the hell cares? I have 9 freaking health. Might as well just take the little opportunity that I got as I go forward. There you go. We'll see what happens, man. It's that's another demoralizing tactic of you can't even know what the hell is real anymore. Definitely is being achieved that information oversaturation where you literally cannot tell what's real anymore. It takes so much work to discern the information that is worth believing and pursuing that you want to simply disconnect. Think all you think about is your next meal and having a decent work day and then going home, sleeping and doing it all over again. It's another part of the Blackpill that you have to fight, but it becomes impossible not to fall into that. It's like, man, can't trust a damn thing, anything. Why am I going down? Because the unk is nice. All right, I have convinced myself. I have to kind of second guess myself on every step because I'm doing it by rote. I am not reasoning through it. It's just, this is a thing that you're supposed to do. Is that what I want to do today? Yeah, that is indeed something that I want to do today. There was some correspondence with TomTown. He was saying, man, Spelunky 2.5 taking longer than I thought. Hoping for a summer release and have basically a final version barring updates and fixes. Like content complete Spelunky 2.5. That's where we're shooting for, a summer release. We were shooting for something much earlier, but it is what it is. This whole business with having a day job, I don't endorse it. should be dedicating all of your time forever to pleasing me and my gaming needs. Asa. Was entirely too risky. Speaking of my gaming needs, I really did not think that Mugenics, after playing it for 4 hours, I'm being like, man, this is cartoon cat abuse hits so different than Babies in a Blender from The Binding of Isaac. And it kind of says as much about myself than it does about Edmund Macmillan. Didn't I have a pile of slaves or did I kill them all? I don't know, man. That the entire veneer of The Binding of Isaac, of babies being, you know, tortured in all kinds of different ways and all the body horror that comes alongside and all that stuff, it never bothered me any, and I found it funny. The casual cartoon abuse of cats, not into it. It made me genuinely not disturbed. What would be the word? Like when you are fighting the cats and they go into their I am hurt animation, you know, one of the bosses, they get all hunched over and like, I'm about to die, and it's just a kitty, man. It's just a kitty. I can't take it. It ain't right. It makes me feel bad, and I concluded. I was like, I'm sorry, Mr. Edmund. Playing this game is bad for my soul. And I feel like that is the general advice that I will give anybody. And it is hypocritical because I could see somebody making the exact same argument about The Binding of Isaac. And in fact, I've seen it from people that really could not stomach The Binding of Isaac. And I would have been like, psh, it's just cartoons on the screen. What is the big deal? I feel that way about Mugenics. It's like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I think that if you learn to tolerate this level of cruelty to... What the? This level of cruelty to cartoon cats. It's like something, it's bad for your soul. Something's happening inside you that you're not going to recover. It's like being overexposed to live leak stuff. They just, yep, got eaten. Beautiful stuff. Being overexposed when you're growing up to live leak decapitations, and I always remember this video of a man being run over by a truck and he becomes undone by the interaction. I remember seeing that, and it's like, that was not good for me to see. And I still remember it very vividly. Would I say that it destroyed any kind of weird, innocent part of me? I don't know about that, but probably was a -1 on the integrity of my psyche, right? Hopefully I have thousands of points of those, but it was definitely a -1. At the same time, it's not like it's a very serious recommendation. You're not going to suddenly start abducting men, chopping off their fingers, eating them one by one in front of them. I know you're there, buddy. I know you're there. You're not gonna catch me, piece of scum. Oh, he's gonna catch me. Holy crap. It's a trash. Anyway. What am I doing? I guess I want to use this clone gun, right? Hey, keep the clone gun, buddy. You're a good boy. You're not going to do anything funky with it, are you? Stay there. Oh, I don't have that. I had it in the previous run. That somehow disappeared from existence. Don't know how that happened. I'll keep the sword. Why not? Or are you not asleep? Please go to sleep, you scum. Yo. Pow! still there. He's still there. He's still asleep. It's going to be a major pain in my ass. I just want to keep it all. I'm not going to commit suicide. I'm going to go all in on this jetpack as I always do. And then regret it later, okay? You guys down with that? What even is down there? Please forget. Oh, yeah. You had to get rid of that to get the tablet. Man, it's... Oh! Alright, get me out of here. He's dead. Wow, he did not last a second, man. He lasted less than I did with Nancy in my prom night. She was extremely disappointed. Probably made her a lesbian for life. Anyway. Yep. Oh. There you go. I was talking about something stupid. Eugenics. So yeah, it's not that I'm disappointed in myself, but I am surprised. I think that I would have been weirded out if I had followed eugenics in any capacity before actually trying it out. Because I really did not even know that Mr. Macmillan was working on eugenics until I received an email saying, hey, want a review copy, buddy? Sure, buddy. I mean, I'm sure they comb YouTube analytics to find X number of subscriber channels, right? And they will blanket email anybody that has over X number of subscribers that has roguelike anywhere in their tags, you know what I'm saying? Wait, is there something from the Yetis that I want? I don't think so. I wanted to leave the freaking clone gun. Did not work out that way. They don't realize that, let's say, my number of views are less than optimal. It's not going to give you the $30 of... Ooh, it's not going to give you back that $30 lost opportunity that would have been from me buying your game. Which I probably wouldn't have. Because I would have seen the theme and I would have watched people playing. And I would have been like, isn't this really off-putting? I really don't like the cat abuse. I'm not into it. But I am in a tiny, tiny minority that got, that didn't get over it. Like a lot of people, you see them like, this is disgusting and I cannot wait to play it some more. And I do feel that pull because the mechanics on eugenics are absolutely amazing. They're super up my alley. I would love to play some more. But yeah! But man, I really wish he was wrapped in a different theme. I would have totally been into eugenics, but it's babies instead of cats. I would have been into that. Ideally, it would have been a game where it's just florpalorps. Some alien creature and you're breeding the alien creature, tentacle creature. I think honestly it would have been an objectively better game because you have all this freedom to be really creative. Oh jeez! Didn't know he could climb that mushroom there and ruin my life. I hate you. Okay, I have removed his ability to mushroom eyes. Oh. This guy is a problem, man. You know the solution to this problem? Just ignore it. Run forward. Hope for the best. Has worked out for me so far. Check it out. That is my philosophy for life. Ah! 6-2. wasn't 6-3, 6-2. It's inevitable. It's just, I am fated to lose the jetpack in this horrendous land of pain. And of course, I have no recourse but to go forward, not even take a tablet with me, because I neglected entirely that entire aspect of the video game. Once more, I'm going to just get blue-balled catastrophically by a Tiamat victory. If I even make it that far. This man right here is going to make sure I don't get that choice. Hey, how about you interact with him? Okay. Did I have the freaking Pitcher Smith? No, that was the other run. Oh! that I lost very stupidly. Huh! This is gonna work, okay? Gotcha, bitch. Plenty of ropes. If he comes this way. Oh, if he comes this way, I'm gonna show him what for. Oh, no!